Have you ever driven alone on a deserted road at midnight? When all around is pitch black darkness. The steady hum of the engine, and the single streak of headlights cutting a lonely path forward. That feeling, both quiet and somewhat creepy. As if there is another parallel world existing right next to us. Our story today originates from such a video. A video that has been circulating online for years, causing countless controversies and sending chills down the spines of millions of people every time they watch it. The footage was captured from the inside of a passenger bus driving at night. Everything seemed normal, until… Wait, see? Right in front of the car, where the headlights were shining, a figure suddenly appeared. It seemed to be a woman with long hair falling down, covering most of her face. The most frightening thing was not her appearance, but the way she appeared. She did not run, did not walk, but seemed to be gliding on the road in an unnatural way. Right in front of the car that was speeding away. Look closely. That gaze, even though it only passed by for a moment, seemed to be looking straight into the cockpit. A soulless, resentful gaze. Then, as quickly as it appeared, the figure bent down and disappeared into the darkness, as if swallowed by the road itself. It is rumored that this is the ghost of an unfortunate victim who died in a tragic traffic accident caused by this very car. Her soul cannot be released, still lingering in the mortal world, clinging to the car and the driver like a curse, a never-ending obsession. Every night bus ride, she reappears, like a creepy reminder of the tragedy of the past. Is this undeniable evidence of unjust souls? Or is it just a sophisticated product of cinematic techniques? Until now, there is still no final answer. But one thing is for sure. The image of the woman gliding through the dark night will forever haunt those who have witnessed it. And you, what do you think about this video? Leave a comment and let me know. There are moments in our lives that science cannot explain. They often happen when we least expect them, especially at night. In our own familiar homes. Today's story is a terrifying example of that. A short clip was recorded from a family's security camera, and it captured a scene. Unbelievable but true. This is the scene inside a house at night. Everything looks normal. The wife is busy cleaning and washing dishes in the kitchen after a long day. The space is quiet, except for the sound of running water. She has no idea that she is not alone. Now, let's pay attention to the hallway behind her. From the darkness, something begins to appear. Do you see? A white, blurry figure is slowly approaching. This figure is not walking, but seems to be gliding across the floor. A movement that is not natural. The white figure is floating, gently moving straight towards the kitchen, where the wife is unprepared. At this point, the woman in the video starts to turn around and scream,
Hey, brother.
Immediately, the husband rushed out of the room, but when he ran over, the uninvited guest had disappeared as if he had never existed. The camera stopped here, leaving us with a haunting and a series of unanswered questions. What is that white shadow? A spirit? A supernatural phenomenon that accidentally entered the lens? As the owner of the video wrote, spirituality is no joke. And you, what do you think about this scene? Is this evidence of the spiritual world? Or just a coincidence? Leave your comments below. The video was shot entirely from the driver's perspective at night. The scene was a narrow, winding country road, with dense, dark trees on both sides. The only light came from the car's headlights, casting a streak of light on the road ahead, creating a sense of isolation and eeriness. The car was moving on the dark road. As the car rounded a corner, The headlights suddenly shone on a woman in a white wedding dress standing on the side of the road. Inside the bushes, the car passed her very quickly. Immediately after, the camera angle switched to looking through the rearview mirror, showing the image of the ghost bride gradually retreating as the car drove away. The car continued to drive a little further. The scene was still the familiar dark road. Suddenly, the same woman in the wedding dress appeared again, but this time she was no longer standing on the side of the road, but was standing right in the middle of the road, facing the car and completely blocking the way. She stood motionless in the headlights, creating an extremely scary image. Oh my God! Watching this video gave me goosebumps. It was truly one of the scariest short videos I've ever seen. To be honest, after watching it, the question kept lingering in my mind. Do you think the video is real? A part of my mind said it was probably staged. In this day and age, there are so many special effects. Hiring actors to wear wedding dresses and film is easy. I had to think like that to feel less scared. But the atmosphere, the camera angle was so realistic that it was scary. The feeling of driving alone on an empty road at night and suddenly seeing that scene was really too haunting. What if it was real? And if it was real, where did that ghost bride come from? Surely everyone would think of urban legends. Maybe it was the soul of a bride who unfortunately had an accident on this very road, right on her happiest day. Is it the resentment and regret that keeps her from being able to move on, and she keeps repeating her tragic moment? Or maybe she is a ghost, a warning to those who pass by here late at night. The way she appeared a second time, standing in the middle of the road, doesn't seem like she's asking for help, but rather like she's judging or demanding her life. Just thinking about it makes my spine shiver. Well, whether it's real or fake, I guess from now on I'll have to look carefully before and after when walking alone in the dark. Truly haunting. What would you do if you were walking alone in a dense forest at night and suddenly came across this scene? The video captures the moment a person was exploring a remote area and suddenly discovered a figure dressed in white, head covered with a scarf, standing motionless in the middle of the bushes. Its appearance was extremely strange, with a pale and lifeless face, making viewers shiver. But the strangest and most haunting thing was the vibrant electronic music echoing in the quiet space, creating an unbelievable contrast. The person filming tried to communicate but received no response. In the end, it seemed that he was too scared and had to run away. In your opinion, is this a supernatural phenomenon, a joke, or just a mannequin? Leave a comment below to share your thoughts. The video opens with a close-up shot of a marbled tombstone at night. The light from a flashlight cuts across the surface of the tombstone, revealing inscriptions and a portrait of a young woman with black hair. The atmosphere in the video is dark and creepy, enhanced by a sad soundtrack. On the screen appears a comment from a TikTok user that reads, "Is this real?" Immediately after, a series of dialogue sounds begin. The girl's voice, softly,
Please tell me the way.
The cameraman replies, "I don't know." The camera begins to pan up above the tombstone. Suddenly, a ghostly, pale face with long, flowing black hair and haunting eyes appears from the darkness, looking straight into the lens. The conversation continues with a female voice echoing in a creepy way. The girl's voice,
Let me ask, which path can take you to the end of happiness?
Immediately after this question, The camera shakes violently, creating the feeling that the cameraman is extremely panicked and running away. The scene becomes blurry and chaotic. The video ends with the last words of the female voice, echoing hauntingly amid the sound of hurried footsteps. The girl's voice.
I think I have chosen the right path.
Don't be left behind. Sign up now to be the first to witness real paranormal phenomena that no one dares to publicize.